Well, hello there, folks. It is Alex Wiseman here. I am your professor for CIE 407, Grant Writing and Fundraising in International Education Development. And this is the first screencast in a series of several where we will actually look at the syllabus. Exciting as that seems. I think it's important to take a look at the syllabus and have a more thorough explanation. We will certainly go over it the first day of class, but I wanted to post this here so that you could get an in-depth explanation from me for all the different parts, and that you could come to class perhaps the first day with some questions in mind about the syllabus. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you go to our course site page. I have it up right here. You can see it in front of you. And you want to click on the CIE 407 Grant Writing Syllabus link, and then it will pop up. And you can either download that or print it or whatever you need to do so that you have a copy of it that you can use for yourself as you're moving forward. So having said that, let's take a look at the syllabus and let's just dive right into it. I'm going to use this one right here, and I'll go through it pretty straightforwardly. One is we'll be meeting on Thursdays from 12:10 to 3 p.m. The room at this point is still to be announced, but I should have that shortly, and you'll receive an email from me with the actual room when it becomes available. My name is Alex. Please feel free to call me Alex. My office is in Iacocca A306. You can reach me by phone, although I rarely answer the phone and I rarely check messages. The quickest, fastest, most efficient, and surest way to reach me is by email. So if you are emailing, aww207@lehigh.edu will work fine. You will find that if I'm emailing you directly, often it will come from my Gmail account, which is wiseman.alex@gmail.com. Both of those email addresses go to the same place, so it doesn't matter which one of those you use, I get it in the same way. So please email me if you have any questions or comments or anything like that. Let me just go through this a little bit. I'm going to read a little and then I'm going to talk a little. So first of all, the primary goal of this course is to develop skills for grant writing and fundraising in international development and education. CIE 407 is an intense seminar intended to teach you the grant writing process and to provide you with actual experience writing real, submitted to funding agency grants. The ability to write grants is a highly marketable skill, especially in the academic field of comparative and international education, and also in the professional field of international development and education, which results in an increased need for nonprofit groups, which is where many of you will work in the professional field, to find additional support. In this course, you will learn the basics of grant writing, including needs assessment, identifying potential funding sources, creating goals, and identifying assessment plans. Course assignments will address the needs of individuals, NGOs, and/or other organizations either directly in or connected to the field of comparative and international education. Let me just point out that this course is designed for those of you who are currently working in or aspire to work in national and or international NGOs and education systems. But it also is going to be highly relevant to those of you who might have a career in a university or a higher education setting. Teams of students will aspire to create a grant proposal related to the primary mission of the agency of choice. And I'm going to give you several agencies that you may select from. You're going to articulate a fundraising strategy as a team. You're going to develop a plan to raise money or to win a grant on the basis of proposals developed in class as a team. And when you complete this course, you will know how to write a grant proposal and will be able to list actual grant writing experience on your CV or resume. At least that is the goal. Now I want to point out this is the primary goal of the course. The primary goal of the course is to do a real grant proposal and be able to do that when you're done with this course in any setting or any career or anything that you want to do. That is the main thing that we're doing. However, we do have a secondary goal of this course. The secondary goal of this course is going to be something that we will discuss in relation to grant writing and fundraising throughout each week of the class. And that is that we will focus on the development and implementation of educational change by critically examining the innovative contributions of social entrepreneurs to and through education worldwide. So we're going to have a social entrepreneurship angle as a secondary goal of this course. If it does not apply to grant writing and fundraising, we will not talk about it for the most part. But it is important to have, and I do think it's very complementary. There is an internationally comparative perspective of this course that will frame educational innovation and social entrepreneurship using both the globalization and contextualization of educational quality and opportunity as a framework. And we're going to look specifically at disadvantaged communities worldwide as part of that foundation for our framework. We are going to use both seminar-style discussion and case study examples that will come directly from some readings from a book that I'm asking you to have. You will develop a critical appreciation of the contributions of social entrepreneurs through educational programs, through projects, and through systems worldwide. And you'll also have an understanding and an appreciation of how the social, cultural, and political communities in each nation contextualize educational innovations. This is all to help you think about and to inform you as you create grant proposals, as you think about how to develop programs and get money for them. You will examine evidence to assess the impact of social entrepreneurship and education as part of your readings and discussions, and make recommendations for innovative program improvement. This will also be part of the grants that you write. You will learn the role that theory plays in guiding innovative ideas into educational practice. And in particular, you will study the ways in which social entrepreneurs maneuver socially and politically charged contexts to generate and mobilize a resource infrastructure, negotiate public-private partnerships to develop capacity, create and sustain real-world educational innovations, and then institutionalize those innovations for long-term sustainability, which is a key thing that we will be talking about related to grant writing. So just to be clear, there is a primary goal that is to develop the skill of grant writing. There is a secondary goal to understand the role of social entrepreneurship in education worldwide. Right? If nothing else, you should get this primary goal. All right, let's take a look at some of the objectives then. For the primary goal, which is to teach you how to develop winning grant proposals, you're going to be able to effectively define a problem and recognize a fundable opportunity. You're going to be able to map a viable plan both for solving the problem and for getting funded to do it. You're going to weigh funding options and create funding relationships. And you're going to communicate information and leverage collaboration both as part of a grant proposal and the proposed funded activity. Now, the secondary goal also has some objectives. To familiarize you with contemporary analyses of the contributions of social entrepreneurs to education worldwide. To familiarize you with the logic model to analyze the theory of action of a social innovation. To provide you the opportunity to become familiar with educational entrepreneurs and critically analyze their innovative organizations, and to engage you in the analysis of cases prepared by members of the class, examining the innovations generated by social entrepreneurs. Those are going to be cases that will be developed as part of your grant proposals, more than likely. So we have some fun stuff to do, but the main thing is for you to learn how to develop winning grant proposals. All right, how are we going to do this? Well, as I think I put this on all of my syllabi. There will be short introductions to the readings and course content. Some of that I will do in class. Some of that I will do via screencast like I'm doing right now. I want you to know that I expect the class to be very participatory. I expect you to talk a lot. I expect you to be engaged. I will ask you to participate quite a bit. It's going to rely on that. But there also is kind of a weird thing here, and I haven't been able to completely identify on each of the weeks in the schedule on the syllabus when this will be true. But I will be traveling quite a bit this semester. That is why I've been as thorough as I have been in preparing our syllabus, because I want you to be able to stay on top of what we're doing no matter whether I'm here or not. And I will be able to identify which weeks we will be meeting live in class versus which weeks we will be online only, either asynchronous or synchronously. For now, I think you should prepare to be in class every week. And I will let you know when there are going to be weeks when you should work as a team or there will be an online activity. It is important to emphasize that the work you do in this course must be your own. If you have any trouble identifying when you should be citing or referencing or building on other people's work and acknowledging that, let me know or visit this website. It will tell you more about how to not plagiarize. If you have a disability or other special need for which you need accommodations, please let me know, and please let the Office of Academic Support Services know as soon as possible. The only way that we can make accommodations for you is if you have documentation from the Academic Support Services Office. And then finally, before we get into the course grading and stuff, Lehigh University endorses the principles of our equitable community. And we expect each member of this class to acknowledge and practice these principles. Respect for each other and for differing viewpoints is a vital component of the learning environment, both inside and outside the classroom. And I expect that you will engage in that kind of respectful behavior no matter what you're doing, but especially in relation to our class. I'm going to pause here. I will come back in the second screencast and we will start talking about course grading and assignments.